Vanakkam, I am happy to invite you to this discussion at Udakakalam. The issue or the topic that I am going to deal with today is a recent interview in ANI Media House given by one Mr. Sai Deepak of BJP and RSS fame. The interview is running about 1 hour 35 minutes of duration, and it's a long interview. Therefore, to give reaction to every issue that he has dealt with in this particular podcast is not advisable. Therefore, I have divided different issues of his talk into different segments, and then I will try to give each segment a sitting, and a separate broadcast can be made of different issues that he has dealt with. And therefore, in this initial broadcast, what I want to concentrate is his general understanding of Dravidian movement and Dravidian politics, particularly DMK as a ruling party in Tamil Nadu. And in the initial case itself, as he starts the interview, he talks about PERIYAR. When the anchor person calls him PERIYAR, this fellow denies it, and then he declines and says that he won't call him PERIYAR, rather he would call him E.V. Ramasamy Nayudu. And then he corrects himself as E.V. Ramasamy Nayak. So he doesn't have even the basic audacity to call an iconic person of Dravidian politics and Tamil Nadu as PERIYAR. What is preventing him from calling PERIYAR as PERIYAR? He claims to be an academician, and then he claims that he is an author of 2 books. Doesn't he have the audacity to call a person in his commonly known name? What is preventing him? His Brahminical supremacy, or his arrogance, or his pro-BJP or pro-RSS venomous attitude against Dravidians? So it is, I just leave to his own conscience to decide what prevents him from calling PERIYAR as PERIYAR. He may have 1,000 opinions about PERIYAR, but it is for him to have his own opinions. But an iconic figure, PERIYAR, is adored and he is worshipped as a semi-god in Tamil Nadu and by the Dravidians and Tamil people all over the world. He is not only in Tamil Nadu, wherever Tamils are there, PERIYAR is adored as an iconic figure. So what is preventing him from calling him PERIYAR as PERIYAR? And that is the way his understanding, that is the level of his knowledge, that is the level of his generosity, that is the level of his intellectual acumen. So we leave it to him to decide. And then coming back to the interview, he says that HRNC ministry is anti-Hindu, anti-Hinduism. And that itself is a very wrong statement. Throughout his interview, he spreads venomous lies against Dravidian leaders, Dravidian movement, and DMK in particular. Lies after lies. He has no evidence, or he is not showing any authentical evidence about his lies. So a canard of lies spread by him about Dravidian people and Dravidian movement and Dravidian leaders and DMK leaders in particular. Therefore, let him talk, let him put forward his arguments authentically. He quotes some books which are pro-RSS, pro-BJP and pro-Sanghi literature. So let us not take those references as evidences, hardcore evidences. Let him take books or literature of neutral nature, so that we can argue with him. So there is no point in arguing with him. Now even this particular broadcast is not to have an argument with him. It is just to clarify certain issues. And his particular interview is based on or the reaction to the Udayanithi Stalin's recent talk on elimination of Sanatana Dharma. So as a reaction to it, he gives this interview. And first of all, he says that there is a Dravidian separatism. Mr. Sai Deepak, there is no such concept called Dravidian separatism. No point of time in the Dravidian history there was a concept called Dravidian separatism. They were against this Congress at that time. Even Periyar was in the Congress and then he came out of the Congress. The reason is the Congress party in India as a whole and Tamil Nadu Congress committee in particular was flooded with Brahmins. Brahminical supremacy, in other words. Completely the dogmas and principles of Sanatana Dharma based on hierarchical casteism was imposed by these Congress leaders on the ordinary people of Tamil Nadu. It is this Brahminical supremacy that Periyar wanted to get people freed from. Understand? So Periyar was not against the country or against the patriotic ideals of India as such. In those days there was no concept called India. It was only the nationalism or the patriotism at the time of the British. So there is no question of Dravidian separatism. He was very clear in his ideals and in his ideological propositions that since Congress party was completely occupied and dominated by Brahmins and with their Brahminical supremacy, Periyar wanted to get rid people from these clutches. And that is the reason why he opposed Congress. There is no other reason. That is the reason why he advocated the theory that British should not leave immediately, because if you leave, these Brahmins will take over. Just they took over during the time of the kings and the Mughal period and the English period. These Brahmins having easy access because of their education with the rulers, and they try to dominate other people, other ordinary Hindus. And it is therefore, in this context only, Periyar advocated separatism. It is not separatism from India, it is separatism from the clutches of the Brahmins. So, first he should understand that concept. Second thing, he says that Dravidistan or the so-called Dravidian movement was spearheading a concept called Dravidistan. There is no such thing. There is no such word at that time. And again I want to re-emphasize the fact that because Brahmins were dominating and they were exploiting the ordinary Hindu masses, he wanted to give awareness to them. He wanted to say that unless and until these people are freed from Brahminical supremacy, there is no real independence. That is what he was calling the shots. In that respect only, Periyar was advocating these ideals of Dravidian movement. And therefore, Mr. Sai Deepak must understand that as usual, as a Brahmin and as a Dravidian baiter and as a pro-BJP, pro-RSS person, just like his counterpart Annamalai in Tamil Nadu, let him have his views on the national television as his own. Let him not impose his views on the ordinary Indians about Dravidians and Dravidian movement and Dravidian leaders. So, one by one, I will be clarifying and I will be giving my reaction to his interview. in the subsequent episodes. In this particular episode, I want to re-emphasize the fact that whatever he was telling on that particular program was a canard of lies, lies after lies, and he thinks that once making more lies, he can create factuality or truth. We are here to defend all his lies, and one by one aspect I will be dealing with his lies in the subsequent episodes. Till then, I ask you to subscribe, comment and like my videos. Later on, we will be concentrating issue by issue. Thank you.